Today we have AI creative person, and we would like to have your exposure. What brings you to the conference? Like, what is it?
Sure. So my name is Lisa Russell. I'm an Emmy award-winning filmmaker and AI artist. And I also founded a new AI art and storytelling platform to train young people, creatives into the future of work. I live in Kenya. So I think that there was an interest in bringing me here to discuss culturally aligned AI.
Yep.
So I sat with a panel, some really interesting people who are working at the intersection of culture, AI, finance. Finance is not my specialty, but it just generated a lot of interesting conversations. I like to tell people that, I became a filmmaker and I wanted to work at the UN.
Yeah.
And when I expressed this to people, they said, you can't do that. You can't be a filmmaker or an artist at the UN. They're two different. And you either need to be a full-fledged filmmaker, go to Sundance, or you need to be a UN communications person. You can't do both. But what I've learned over the 20 years of my career is when you take two somewhat opposing, spaces and you mash them together, this is where innovation occurs.
Crossroads.
So exactly. So I'm here to learn, and there's a lot of ideas I have for using storytelling to increase financial education, to build AI-powered tools for the creatives, because we are kind of historically known as not being, financially literate. So that's why I'm here.
A really interesting story.
Yeah.
And I would like to have your overview around the fintech innovations, AI, and education, because a lot of things are happening through the stable coin and, in my opinion, open finance connected with the decentralized instruments and also connected to AI, and a lot of things are happening there. So what do you think? Does it take a lot of education to people to start those instruments as we use the fiat one?
Well, I'm looking at it from more of the perspective of a user, creative practitioner,
that's exactly.
right? So what I know is that currently systems don't support creatives. It's not that creatives are financially irresponsible. It's that when you have 30 gigs in a month and you've got to file for taxes and you've got to do all of these things, there are no instruments that make it easy to be a creative or to work in the creative economy. And the creative economy is one of the fastest growing economies on the planet. And so I feel that whether it's AI or, stable coins, whatever you want to call it, there's a massive need and opportunity to build solutions for this specific career thing. So for example, yesterday, the government of Nigeria just introduced new legislation which says all creators must report foreign income. So if you work and you sell stuff on, Amazon or one of these digital platforms, you now have to report that income to the government.
Yeah.
This is, in theory, smart and necessary, but in practice, we don't have the tools to make it easy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at AI being able to be used to do financial literacy training, better storytelling, because finance education, from what I've been told, is really low worldwide.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity, I think, to mix AI, creativity, and global finance systems, but in a very new way.
Yeah.
It can't be like, even me walking through here, some of this stuff confuses me. But if I learned it, I know I could help translate it for a wider audience using film, using
That's true. That's definitely true. And another question from our audience is the copyright in AI, because we see that the tools are helping to copy styles, approaches, certain things which used to be more personalized, and right now it's generated by AI and models.
Yeah.
And on the other side, we see a lot of anonymization by new tools as a blockchain network, stablecoins, because there is no information connected that it usually exists in fiat world. So what do you think about those two parts?
So again, this is not my world. I can speak to copyright in terms of being a creative and the fact that, is AI really copywriting? You know what I mean? They are
Breaching copyright.
Yeah, it's close, but it's not exact. And what I have found is that being a creative in the AI filmmaking space, I am making so many different choices about millions of possible patterns that could come together that I still have my own fingerprint. I still have my own style. I'm still telling stories that are Lisa Russell. You know what I mean? I'm not just pushing a button. And then all of a sudden there's a film that looks like, like whoever.
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky. It's not how it works. There's a certain amount of creative decisions you have to make. There's certain amounts of,
efforts and resources
to put stuff together. So I just feel, as many people who are anti-AI in the creative community, because there's a lot, A lot of people don't like AI filmmaking. I just was the victim of it today. There's just as many opportunities if creatives could align, for example, with the finance community to find solutions. Because if we have so many creatives and the creative economy is growing, but we partner with finance institutions or organizations or companies, and we build solutions that help the creatives make more money, the finance partners are will benefit. So I see it as a win-win. But it needs to come from a partnership that is equally developed by creatives and the fintech community. Otherwise, it's going to not be as effective as it needs to be.